I knew that planting a church would be unpredictable, but never in a million years did I think I'd be planting a church in a pandemic. But let's start from the beginning. So I wanted to plant a church for more than 15 years. I've been serving as an associate pastor in a church for a number of years, and it just didn't happen. When I connected with Alan Tumpkin, we had a great meeting and conversation. And the next thing I know, I'm in the assessment center.
As Georgia mentioned, I quickly kind of moved her into the assessment center, and she was recommended. And I knew that I wanted her to be a church planter in our Life Church network. So I brought her on to do a residency for 6 months, and she just grew. And her preaching, which was already dynamic, it just blossomed. It went to a whole different level. I saw her serve and saw her and her growth in the understanding of systems in ministry. She was ready to go after 6 months.
So towards the end of my pastoral residency at Life Church Southfield, we at Life Church Riverside started looking for a building. We were getting ready for our preview services that May of 2020, so we're looking for buildings. And then the pandemic comes, and everything, I mean everything, shuts down.
The daily tally of new cases not letting up, 6,008 new cases over the past 24 hours, and we've also lost 42.
I don't know if we can bend the curve in Detroit, and the loss of life is almost unimaginable.
So look, unfortunately, Metro Detroit area was hit really hard. A lot of people suffered a lot of loss. It was clear during the pandemic that people were suffering. People lost loved ones, people lost contact, they weren't able to get out of their homes, and we saw that there was a need to connect spiritually and to hear a little bit about what God is doing even in this really difficult time. So for us, not planting was not an option. We saw the need, and we felt that this was the way that we could meet the needs of people in our area. I am not the techie girl. I really wasn't that fluent, if you could say it that way, on digital platforms. But in the space of 1 week, I had to shift over, get a new mindset, and start learning the digital platforms, because that's the only way that we could reach out to people. And so I had to learn how to do those digital platforms and how to use them in a way that would make it possible for us to connect with the outside world. So we started on Zoom, and we were growing, but we knew that we had to take our online presence to another level. And that's when we heard about the studio at Life Church Southfield.
It's remarkable. It's truly remarkable what Life Church Riverside had to do. They had to figure this thing out from scratch. You're talking about a person, as she said, she wasn't a techie person, but they figured it out. And they depended and leaned in on the Lord. And the Lord was faithful and has brought them to the place where they are fruitful and they are missional.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Life Church Riverside. It's wonderful to be with you again this Sunday morning.
I've learned over the years that ministry is better together. When I think about the fact that Georgia Hill came as a resident, and when she came and shared her gift with us, our church actually grew. And then when she was faced with, I would say, the challenge of her life, that's a pandemic where everything was shut down, we were in a position at Life Church Southfield where we can be a blessing to her, and look what happened to her. Her church is self-sustained, it's growing, it's making impact in the city of Detroit, it's becoming more and more fruitful. And I truly believe it's because we're better together.
We didn't know how to plant a church in a pandemic, but we trusted God, and He was with us step by step to bring all of this together and to do something that could be a blessing to our community. We realize that a strong digital presence is the only vehicle our members have to invite others to church so that our church can grow. But now things are starting to open up. And really, churches in the area are beginning to open up and serve. And we're beginning now to gather in small groups, to do some mission activity, to reach out to youth, to reach out to those who are in need. And so we're looking forward to a future of hope. Well, we are really, really thankful to God for what He has done during this pandemic season. And we are really hopeful and really excited about what God is doing in the next phase.